they should really give a disclaimer in this pack about how your pet may end up drowning itself or getting stuck in a tree and suffocating. Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Rustic Waters II. Yeah, Deveria has been actually a good companion, except for the times that she wasn't. I had left this open, and as I should have learned from Rustic Waters 1, with the penguin constantly trying to, well, swim away to freedom, Deveria tried to do the same, but she doesn't breathe water. Anyway, I've been doing some stuff. You probably noticed I've got things. All right, let me catch you up real quick. So yeah, I moved everything over here. I've got apples if I need them. They're just kind of out of the way at this point, and I don't actually need them as much. But these strainers have been doing the work. As you can see, there's plenty in here. They're even starting to back up in here because I can't keep up with them anymore. These manual pumps have been really working out great. I also found out that uppers are in the pack, and if you're not familiar with it, it's a hopper that's upside down. So you can actually just craft a hopper and craft it into this. And yes, you can craft it back into a hopper, so you don't need to worry about like wasting it if you end up like crafting all of them at once or something. And it will grab items that are like within a half block or so below it, which is great because it fits really nicely with this being, you know, the sluice, everything being pushed up. So then I just had everything go into the barrel. And all I really had to do was just stand here and just spam, just hold right click, and then occasionally I would scroll across these and increase the time as well. It was pretty easy peasy. I mean, look at the amount of stuff I've got at this point. Yes, I've been doing this for a bit. I mean, in between things and other stuff, I've got a lot of seeds that I've been sluicing from the different corals. And then also all these saplings as well. I've been harvesting hazelnuts. And that's specifically because I have something in mind for that. You notice my hunger meter is a little bit low. And I know that we're not onto the quests yet. I do plan on getting onto the quests. But first I want to make a grinder so that I can show you guys what I have in mind. All right, a little bit of this and pow. I've got a grinder. Then I take a stack of hazelnuts. I get hazelnut butter. And you probably think, Valen, that's not a very good food. Well, here's the problem that I've been running into. And that is that I eat one of these apple juices or just about any of the other foods in here. And it's so saturating, which is great in a combat situation. But as far as keeping up my stats, they keep like automatically dropping over time way too quickly. So I'm going to go with something that's not quite as filling and I can eat a bunch of because each one gives me like, 5.5% satisfied. I'm going to try this for now. Ultimately, I would like to try and make, peanut butter cups or something like that? Yeah, actually, that filled me up completely. But it got me up to 22%. I don't know which one's better. But I'm hoping to get these peanut butter cups, which looks like a pretty good one. It gets a little bit of comforted, a little bit of satisfied, and it gives you a bunch of both. But they're really only good if you can constantly run everywhere. So I'm going to keep trying to do that. And hopefully I'll just keep eating a bunch of hazelnut butter, and I will have some apple juice should I need to. I also made one of these, a silver boomerang, which I'm going to use it in here. It's like a wind up with a bow, but it's rather quick. And in most cases, it'll come right back. But if you aim it at an angle, it'll bounce up and around and stuff and eventually work its way back to you. It has no durability. It's really good for that. It does 10 damage. It's pretty quick to throw. So it's not that bad for an early game ranged weapon that you don't need to worry about durability on. And speaking of that, I also was, I upgraded my armor to iron. Here's the other thing that I found out is that silver weapons are very strong in here. I'm going to make a saber, which actually requires, is it treated sticks? Actually, that's fine because the next part is going to take us into that. So this is something that I'm going to upgrade momentarily, is get myself a better sword. But first, let's take a look at the quests. Last time we left off, did pretty much all of the center part as well as the beginning area. And I left off with a couple things. Yes, I do have 32 clay, and I now have the Venture shovel, which is really good because I've been without a shovel for a while now. And I knew that I was going to get this. I didn't want to click it until we were recording here. But it says clay, sand, and gravel can all be found on the ocean floor as well as from the strainer. Don't be afraid to venture out to manually gather resources from the ocean, which is something I probably should have done, but I wanted to wait to experience that with you guys together. And then another one was botany pots. I need to make a couple of these. You can come back to this quest once your strainers have collected clay. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, you can also find clay on the ocean floor, which I probably should go and get some more of because I didn't really get very much. They can grow plants and trees quicker and in a more compact space. These must be harvested manually, however. In the next few chapters, you will learn how to craft hydrostatic botany pots, which, for those that don't know, those are hopping botany pots, which will automatically replant and auto-harvest things to inventories below the pots, which use hydrostatic pressure underwater to automatically harvest their crops. So for now, it's just a manual process, which is nice. So let's put this on my list of things to make. I'm going to need some flower pots as well. I can get that. I've got a bunch of terracotta, a bunch of bricks. Shouldn't be a problem. All right, 2 flower pots. Now I just need to make these and 2 botany pots. Not a problem. Let's open this back up. I get 1 10 coin, which I have no idea what that is good for or not good for. But looking at the rest of the stuff, we've also got some trail mix and meringue brownies. Now it looks like the trail mix is pretty much just a mixture of some kind of berry or fruit even, plus some seeds and sugar. So I need to grow some kind of seeds, or I mean berries. Oh, apples. I could just use apples. Okay, that works. Mix this with these ingredients and there we go. Trail mix, which once again is going to be really strong food mixture, but I can't make it easily enough. The next thing is going to be a meringue brownie. That's going to be 4 pieces of sugar and a bit of a fish turd. Taking those same sugar cane that I had before and one of those little fish turds, we get a meringue brownie. Yeah, it's a bit nutty. Yeah, this was kind of a joke item from the previous Rustic Waters as well. It's pretty good though. I do enjoy the hilarity in it. So let's go back here. That completes this. You can sluice coral seeds and gain turds from your strainer. As you may have already read in the Rustic Waters II guide, your diet choices can give you mood bonuses if you diversify your meals, but not negative statuses if you don't. Meringue, brownies, and trail mix are some good early game options you can make with the resources you're gathering, which I believe that means that it gives a little bit of each for those. Like one gives comforted, the other gives satisfied. So there you go. That's one way to get both of those options. I also made a bunch of these little spice racks, which are just really cheap items. But let's put this over here with the rest of these. There we go. All right, here we go. Going down. When you place magma blocks underwater, they will pull you downwards in the water quicker than you can normally swim. They also refill your breath meter. Consider placing this under your hub so you can drop to the ocean floor when needed. This is a very vanilla tactic, but it's a very useful one. When you place soul sand underwater, it acts as an elevator to push you up faster than you normally can swim. It also refills your breath meter. Use this for trips back from the ocean floor when needed. Oh, this also refills air as well? I didn't realize that. I thought that it was... Oh, wait, right. They're both bubble blocks. One goes up, one goes down. All right, so let's grab this, get one of each of these, and then we can go down and maybe I'll get myself a little bit more clay or just see what else is down there. But what I'm going to do is... There we go. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it with one open. Actually, you know, I don't want Deveria to come downstairs and get drowned. So let's just head down here. And that looks like some kind of giant eel that I'm heading towards. It just despawned. Thank goodness. Are those mines? I did hear some explosions while I was like wandering about. So that's a thing. Let me actually just stand here for a second and get a little bit of air from this. Am I hearing nearby mobs? I'm a bit worried. Let's take the shovel and I can put down the soul sand on this spot. And then that should allow me to, yep, go up very quickly back to the base. Whoop. I just need to kind of aim over and then this one should drag me down very quickly. I've got all these regular ores. Oh, I'm going to need a bunch of this. I forgot about that. I need all of these that I can get. All right, that was a pretty decent amount of kelp. I got 3 stacks worth, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go back to the quests. And the next part is, useful item to consider buying early on from the market is the repair chest. It will gradually repair one item at a time within its 9 slots. There may come a point when you're running low on a particular resource. The market can provide you some basic resources and other helpful items along your journey. Place it down within your hub and a helpful automation villager will appear to assist you. Use the tabs at the right of the UI to cycle between coin and emerald trades. So I need to make a market here. Let's see what that entails. That's just logs, some red carpet, oak fence, 1 iron ingot, and there we have the market. I imagine this would work just fine. I might just put it here for now. There we go. Nice. Hello, Boolyman. How you doing, man? So we could get all sorts of spawn eggs. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, so different spawn eggs of all sorts of different stuff. Coin trades and other, which is other just all sorts of seeds and trees? Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's see coin trades. So I can get different metals, which isn't a problem right now. I can get more strainers. Again, that's a 20 coin. I think these are all 20 coins. So I'm going to need more money than what is available currently. But there's a ton of really good and useful stuff in here, I have to say, including like some spot loaders, which just keep one specific chunk loaded. You've got all sorts of different brews and stuff, and just useful items that you can carry, as well as an advanced repair chest. Which, if you look at the regular one, you need an anvil and a bunch of wood. By adding an ender pearl, it turns it into an advanced repair chest. And you could actually buy 6 ender pearls, so that would actually be worth it if I could get 20 coins. Maybe there is a little bit something that I can do in the questing to get a little bit more. Hey! 20 coins! Okay. Hey, man. This is what I'm getting, because I can make multiple things from this. So I'm going to take a repair chest, and then I'm going to make an even better one. We're going to start with an anvil, which shouldn't be a problem, because I've got lots of iron right now. A bunch of planks, and voila, we get a basic repair chest. Slap on there an ender pearl, and instantly it goes from repairing 1 durability on 1 item every 6 seconds to repairing 1 durability on 1 item every 3 seconds. So it's twice as fast already. Lovely. So if I put this here and I take off my hat with night vision, yes, you can see my cat ears. Don't worry about that. It should. Yep, there it goes. It's starting to repair it. Lovely. So I can just put some of this other stuff in there too for now. Other things I can make with the ender pearls is I can make some of those elevators just with a bunch of wool, so that could be really useful, especially if I open up the ceiling. That would be really good. Now let's take these botany pots that I got a moment earlier, and I should be able to at least plant these, if not briefly. They will need space above them. I'm going to put them over here for now, and a little bit of dirt. There we go, 2 blocks here. And then we can plant some kind of seed in there. I'm going to put down a couple jungle seeds, because if I can get a cocoa bean, actually does this? It seems that it's affected slightly. 7%, 8, no. It's showing the particles, but it actually doesn't increase the speed at which it grows. Okay, well, fair enough. Once it's fully grown, I can right-click it. Potentially, there's a 1% chance of getting cocoa beans. So this completes the first chapter here, and we're now on to, oh look, Ocean Armory has opened up with the engineer's workbench, but that requires some treated wood stuff, as well as reservoirs. Oh, it was the anvil that did it. That's what it was. And I get a loot reward. Armory caches will be provided for the quests in this chain. Armory caches only contain max level enchant books for you to use. Ooh. Oh. If you have taken on this adventure, you more than likely are already familiar with the anvil's purpose. In the next quest, though, you will use it to craft an anvil upgrade that allows additional functionality for repairing your tools and armor. Okay, I will take that. And I'll take 8 diamonds. Holy cow. That's fantastic. I bet it's for making, yeah, powered diamond anvil, but it requires blocks of quartz, which I don't think I have that yet. Let's see what I got. I got punch 2 and flame. And I think we're going to divert from this path. I mean, I could make an enchanting table and everything, but I think instead we're going to go to the foundation, and we're going to start along this path, which is going to start introducing some create, a little bit of immersive engineering, and also a little bit of automation options. As you notice down here, the manual pump is down in this corner. Yay! So let's start off by making 27 coke bricks, if at all possible. And as I don't really have enough clay, I am coming down here so that I can get a little bit more. There we go. And it shouldn't be a problem with this shovel, because it's got, what, efficiency 5 on it? Yeah, not a problem. There we go. 27 coke bricks. Which, by the way, those, the weird tarantula flying insect things. I didn't realize they were neutral. I'm sorry. But yeah, they were also terrifying, and I thought that they were attacking, but they weren't. By the time that I've discovered that I had already hit one and aggroed it. But yeah, I still got I got a few of their wings. And they haven't spawned since, which I find strange. I don't know why. Like, I've killed off a few, and then they just didn't spawn anymore, but oh well. For now, though, I think I'm going to start making this, which I'm going to need to immediately start getting a light source up on top. There we go. And in order for this to actually be a complete structure, we're going to need a hammer. But as I have completed the task of getting 27 of those, I do get a brown toolbox, which I will take. The toolbox will come in quite handy as you manage all of the pieces of your Create factory. Hold shift while hovering over it for details. The coke oven will allow you to turn certain combustible fuels such as coal and charcoal into creosote and coal coke. Place coke bricks into a 3x3x3 pattern, then right-click it with the engineer's hammer. Charcoal and coal can both be used in the coke oven. Charcoal is slightly faster but gives slightly less creosote output. Okay. So let's place down this toolbox, and I can right-click and I can put stuff in it. And I can click this and any of these similar items. Let's see if I put some of these in here and I click here, it'll take all the items that are similarly marked back into it and then leave a spot for it. But I'm going to delete that for now because I don't really want to keep apple juice in there. And having this nearby, right now it's got the apple juice in there. If I hold left alt, I can choose this. And then, pow, I've got access to this toolbox from there. Like, I'm going to put my grinder in here for now. That's probably the first tool that I really don't need on me that I could probably use just by holding Alt and then clicking it if I want to. And then also I can return items to the toolbox from here as well. I don't need to be nearby. I notice the next quest here is charcoal clumps. Let's see, 2 times charcoal clumps. Until you have secured the resources to make your coke bricks, you can create creosote oil by dropping charcoal clumps into a source block of water. There we go, 2 charcoal clumps. And I get a loot reward of a lead glaive and an iron glaive, as well as an add-on for tier 7. Okay, some interesting things. Not sure if I'm really going to use them just yet. Alright, so let's set this up so we can test out this whole source block thing. If I grab buckets, I should be able to get a little bit of water at least, and then I can return the items. Yes, and I still have a water bucket. So by putting this here, according to the quest, it says you can create creosote oil by dropping charcoal clumps into a source block of water. So let's take these and toss one in. Just as simple as that. And there we go. I have 2 buckets worth, and I saw the next quest look like it was going to have some liquid storage. So let's take a look at that. Fluid storage tank. You can always revisit quests later if you don't have the materials to craft the item now. Oh, look at that, a 5 coin. Okay. Cyclic fluid tanks are versatile and hold up to 64 buckets of any fluid. Another benefit is that they can be used in place of a bucket of fluid inside of the crafting grid. So that requires some glass, iron ingots, and is that a cask? Yes, which is barrel with leather and string. Okay, so this is a little bit of crafting on this one. There we go, 1 cask plus 4 more iron ingots makes 1 fluid storage tank. For now, though, I can put this down, grab a bucket, return the rest, and use this 1 bucket to fill here. There we go. Nice. Now, does it retain its contents? Yes, it does. Creosote oil, 2,000 millibuckets. All right, I'm going to take a wild guess that the recipe is the same. It is Engineer's Hammer for the win. Okay, let's go actually start up this little spot here with the coke brick. There we go. Now, if I open this up and I put this in here, yeah, it should work where when I put charcoal in there, it should fill this first, and it'll hold up to 64 buckets worth. And then when it's filled up, it'll go to the output, and then the internal storage of this coke oven will start filling up. And then the charcoal will turn into coke, or coal coke, I believe, which is even more efficient stuff. All right, and I claim the free monies. Yes, and thank you. Bucket of creosote oil, which I did get that. Treated wood, andesite, alloy, and brass are common components to develop your early game automation with Create. We get a dropper. And we got a loot reward of a bronze greatsword, a silver javelin, and a piece of netherrack. Oh, that netherrack could be useful. That's at least like a permanent fire source I could have. Well, let's put these up here for now because I shouldn't really need much for weapons just at the moment. All right, next is to make 64 treated wood planks, which is going to take a little bit of creosote, but ore clump crushing / washing is not necessary at this stage of the adventure. You can still do so to maximize your resources if you choose, but it's not shown in this guide. You can make crushed brass by combining the crushed copper and zinc from your sluice until better methods are available. Divide that in half and then, there we go, crushed brass. Pow. All right, that worked pretty good. And now we've got another resource that I don't have much space for. But I do need a lot of treated wood planks to complete this quest and move on to the next chapters. So let's work on that. Then I can put this in the middle with a whole bunch of oak planks around it to make treated wood planks. And you notice it has 8,000 right now, and it used it all up. Oh, that was actually all I needed. Okay, I had all this extra wood. All right, completing that, I get the crushed brass. What's next? We've got engineer goggles, a wrench, andesite alloy, all important things for getting started in Create. Combining the copper and zinc chunks you get from your sluice yields brass. Wearing these engineer goggles will allow you to see vital information about the blocks you look at from Create. Want to know how much power your water wheels are generating? Wear the goggles and look at them. Yep, fair enough. And I get a hub key fragment. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. I'll put that on the list. And actually, let's take a look at the next thing as well. We've got a wrench, requires some copper and some of these treated sticks. And then andesite alloy is just a bunch of andesite and iron, makes up 2. So that shouldn't be a problem either. I might as well make a bunch of each of those. So before I get into those, though, I am going to make myself a different weapon. I know that I got that great bronze sword, great sword and everything, but I really wanted to get this silver stuff going. And the silver saber requires a handle, which is made with treated sticks and bolts of linen cloth, which are then also made with linen thread. So you can see that there's a little bit of a crafting recipe in this. There we go, one handle. Now I just need a few silver ingots. Hey, and I can make the silver saber that I've been wanting to make, which is going to be more damaging than an iron sword by far. And it also works just fine with things in my offhand, which I do plan on making that as well, because I'm not going to stay in here the entire time, and I want to be protected when I go out. So I'm thinking of making a shield just in case there's something that shoots me from range and I'm kind of cornered. And I was looking at the silver shield because on block it damages undead mobs, which sounds great to me, especially if we run into some dudes throwing tridents or something. But it does require a crude wooden shield to start. And then surround that with a little bit of silver and pow. I get myself a silver shield. Now, feeling a little bit better. I mean, I still just have iron armor and a cap, but at least I could do a little bit of hurt on something that's nearby, and I have at least some kind of ranged weapon, though it is not something I can rapid fire unless the creature is right in front of me. And before I jump into the engineer's goggles, because these require brass sheets, which is a little bit of a different path that I would need to take, I'm going to hop into the armory over here because there's an engineer's workbench. And that looks like something that I could probably make. It's just a bunch of treated wood fence, iron ingot, and what we've already made, an engineer's crafting table. There we go, one engineer's workbench, and I think I'm going to put this in here with the rest of the immersive stuff. Oh, and with that I get refined glowstone leggings and another hub key fragment. I will gladly take those. And it's already better. I am now wearing golden pants. I feel very bright and protected. All right, so with 2 hub key fragments, that puts us one step closer to opening up the ceiling, and then I can install and make some kind of elevator, I think. Now, other chapters have opened up as well. Mystical Foregoing is here, but it does require 64 Inferium and 32 Prosperity Shards. Now, I'm guessing that the Prosperity Shards, you'd still mine them up, and the Inferium, I did get like 1 piece from killing some mobs, so that seems to be one way of getting it at least, though maybe I'll find them in the world as well. But Inferium Essence is a powerful resource for creating, well, resources. It will be the foundation of allowing you to grow crops of everything from ores to mob drops. You'll need incredible amounts of this to fully expand your mystical agriculture system. Prosperity Shards work in tandem with Inferium Essence, though in slightly lesser amounts, to create the gems, tools, and crystals used within the mod. Prosperity Shard ore can be found in abundance throughout the Dark Caverns mining dimension. Okay, so I think that's jumping a little bit ahead. And already I've got 36 coal coke, which is definitely going to be useful, especially if we're making things like steel in the future, and I imagine that we will. So I'm going to be trying to feed this with as much charcoal as possible in the meantime. And here's the unique thing, is that with the engineer's hammer, I can actually make brass sheets straight away. I don't actually need to make a create press. So it is rather convenient that way. All right, next up, you remember the bolt of linen cloth. That wasn't too bad to make, just a bunch of treated sticks and string. And then I need some framed glass, not your regular stuff. This requires some aluminium or aluminum, depending upon how you want to pronounce it, and some glass. A couple of those pieces and we're good. Then we combine it all to make engineer's goggles. Completes the quest and gets another hub fragment key. Excellent, that gets us 3. And then I think I can use it up there, but I'm going to have to kind of work my way up. Next, I'm going to be making an elevator before I end up getting too carried away. This may take me a little bit because, you know, making wool is a little bit more challenging than it used to be. There we go. 2 white elevators. Taking these 3 keys, I now have a hub key fragment, and then I just need to kind of pillar up a bit. Let's see how it goes. That is a much taller space than I had thought it would be. Okay. That is really far to get up here. I'm going to need a lot of torches. But this is a really big space. Okay. So let's see just how far this may or may not work. I don't know what the range is on these things. Oh, wow. It works really well. Okay. So that is not anything to worry about. I just need to get some light up here. Either way, I think this is a really good spot to call it. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, feel free to come visit us on Twitch. If you want to see more videos and things that we do here on the Mischief of Mice YouTube channel, please feel free to click one of these links here.